Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And already we're underway here. So I'm assuming, Jim, that Roberto Baggio will be given freedom of the park.
I would think so, because if you tie him to a position, I think you take away his natural instinct.
And it's not just that he is such a great player, but others seem to get better around him.
Yeah, because he can produce such huge moments with his dribbling ability, and I think that gives the rest of the team belief and that winning mentality.
Can he spark a counter here? Great vision. Vitinha. Well, that looks a decent ball. And they can counter here. Pull it. Davids. Pull it. And he's cut it out. Vitinha. Ambitious ball here. Well read, nice interception. And it's Davids. And pull it! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And reclaimed it in a trice. Well, that pass isn't the best. Neymar. Real chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And here's Hullet. Neymar. Chance! Goal! Milan! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So Mbappe, chance for a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Milan given another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Neymar goes short. Now here's the delivery. And he's gone. There's the shot! Oh, that is really good tenacity. Milan have their third corner. And it's Bale. Bale's cross.
That's good defensive concentration.
And now they can spring out of defence. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Adriano. Nicely weighted ball. He's being urged to shoot. Opts to play it back. Hullet gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. And here's Azar. Adriano. A lot of space ahead of him. And this is Ronaldinho. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Could move up a gear here. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Toure does really well to win the ball there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that's put paid to a promising move. Neymar. Another chance from a corner. So their fourth corner of the game. They've played it short. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a searching pass. Oh, well played.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Not the most accurate pass. Davids looking to play him in. And it's Yaya Toure. The message is clear, none shall pass. We expected better, and so did he. Bullet is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, that was no routine save.
Look, when we talk about decision-making, there's a great example. Strong and decisive.
And this is Adriano. He's picked his way through. And this is Roberto Baggio. And smartly reclaimed. And here's Azar. Played out wide. Yaya Toure. Rijkaard.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de compensação.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, they could break here. That ball looks a good one. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Ronaldinho. Oh, that's fabulous. Ronaldinho plays it in. And the first half is done. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Milan are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And we are already promptly back underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Bale. He has a look up. Real chance here. And this is Neymar.
Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park, and no way through zone.
And the shot! It's in! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
That has ended up in no man's land. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Engages and forces him off the ball. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Yaya Toure. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Baggio. Baggio showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Crunching tackle. Yaya Toure. Mbappe under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Neymar!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Vais proceder a uma substituição.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Hazard. Número 23.
And the return pass.
Número 19.
Bale.
Ronaldinho.
He's gone away. It's a nicely shaped ball.
Ibrahimovic.
Fletcher was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Número 6. Beckham. Número 22.
And it's
Está a
Cruyff.
acontecer uma substituição.
Rodri. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And he's managed to get rid. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Roberto Baggio. They're urging him to shoot. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Roberto Baggio.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Hullet. Stood up well to him there. Dembele. Dembele going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, what a... Oh, it's hit the post! And that was very necessary. Bale picks it up out wide. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. And he welcomes it in. Pass is just off target. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Milan do have a chance to counter here. And this is Ronaldo.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rodri. Hullet. Looking for options for movement.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Milan can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. It is that familiar feeling again, old foes, fresh hostilities. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly. And the shot! Well, it's ended up in no man's land. Mbappe! Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Milan gifted a massive chance. So the most significant moment of the game. And it's hit the woodwork and out! A lot of space ahead of him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. There's the shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Now that's a lovely exchange.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Bergomi gives no quarter whatsoever. And he's intervened well there. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now that's well seen too. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Hunnit. Oh, that's a key interception. Nice sequence of passes, this. Toss somewhat off target. And it's Azar. Looking for options for movement. Granit Xhaka. Azar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Dumfries is one whose deliveries we all know about. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Bellingham. Bellingham. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's a sharp little ball here. Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And that pass just didn't quite work. Good ball, good take. Maldini. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, well played, well played. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Nice-looking ball. Bellingham. Picked out brilliant, and the shot! Bellingham going full tilt down the left. Bale. He's found a way through. Bellingham. Van Nistelrooy. Oh, good read. Bellingham receives it in a good position here.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Milan have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Can he get on the end of this? Ferdinand gets over. And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, not converting the spot kick will be the subject of much half-time debate, but you know, disappointment on one side and relief on the other, and that can be transformed now into a match-winning determination. So here's to that.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
The referee's awarded a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Neymar ready to try one.
It's a very good position, this, and the right distance too.
And it's Hullet. And he's had a hit! Superb from Hullet!
Well, what a restart this has been. A top player striking early. The perfect fillip to push on from what was a stunning finish.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Shoots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Kvaratskhelia. Now he's got space here. Well, played right into his path. And the shot! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Showing good feet. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Xhaka. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Oh, good spread. Milan are looking to break at pace. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
Numero 20.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
Il numero 4. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Played out wide,
Il numero 19.
challenged just a bit on the firm side. He's certainly
Il
onside
numero
here.
17. Attenzione alla sostituzione.
Defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Brilliantly cut out. Defending was strong and firm. And this is Ronaldo. Ronaldo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Great chance! There's a goal! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of...
Shapes to shoot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Who saw this coming? Milan certainly weren't expecting this. Now this takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And he welcomes it in. Cassio breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Milan really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And he's gone looking for safety. Now it's Mbappe, looking for the run. Mbappe! It is a corner.
Cambio di giocatori.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. And he's quick to get it clear again. And it's Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that looks a decent ball. Jimenez calmly anticipates. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Now it's Roberto Baggio.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
Minuti di recupero.
Davids. No, it's Dembele. Well, they've got it again. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Ferdinand cuts out the pass. No, it's Dembele. McTominay. And that interception, what? That's that, the end. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, that really did fly by.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. And already we're underway here. Big chance! Goal, Milan! And what a start!
That's the purpose and intensity they showed from the first moment. They really did fly out of the blocks here.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the...
And the finish! He has done it! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and...
Hullet! Ron Hullet! Beyond special! What a player! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan go into the lead.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham. It's a searching pass. Over to the left. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Aims beyond the defence. Hullet. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, well played, well played. Now it's Hullet. And that's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And this is Hullet. And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Bergomi plays it forward. Now it's Messi.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Tries to pass it through. And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. So, what can they come up with here? Pullet providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, they could be caught out here. And it's Bellingham. Tries a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Bellingham clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And this is Bale. Messi, very much a man of this moment. And here's Cruyff. And he's managed to get free. Nicely aimed pass. Bergomi did just about enough to come out on top there. Now the party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And that's put paid to a promising move. And Cruyff! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan have their second corner now. Bale. Oh, he's been flattened there. Corner number 3 coming up. Cruyff goes short. Decent chance! It's a goal! 2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
He's shifting through the gears here. Can he spark a counter here? Cruyff. Neither of these two want to come off second best. This one shot a goal! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, he takes home the match ball. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Ricordiamo a tutti I tifosi che è possibile seguire l'esibizione del nostro ospite d'onore anche sul maxi schermo.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a mighty effort! What a wonderful goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking...
Decent chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Climbs up big! He scores! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Now it's Hullet. Nicely aimed pass. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, super ball! Chance for a shot! Rijkaard. That'll be a throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Makaleli. And it's Gattuso. Now it's Mbappe. And he's being shifted off it. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And this is Neymar. Costa Curta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Nedved. It's Makalele. He's chosen to go back. He's in a good position here. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Well, that looks a decent ball. It's come to nothing. And that's put paid to a promising move. Gattuso. Oh, that's nice. Makalele. And this is Hullet. Nice looking ball. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Nedved. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Neymar. Now that's well seen too. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's in a great position here. Very nearly half an hour gone here. That has not gone well. Ball's gone out of play. Makalele.
That's so good and so often seen nowadays. Don't give them time to think on the ball.
Gattuso is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Nedved. Davids puts his foot on the gas. And he plays one through. Bergomi. Here's Nedved. Now it's Hullet. Pelé. Gattuso, who does have an assist to his name. Mbappe, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And here's Nedved. And this is Hullet. Look at the space. Great chance! Oh, taken with style. And they're back in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have a breakthrough. Mbappe! And how good was that? A finish of true class. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Indica 2 minuti di recupero.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and
Hullet! It's in! Deep into first half stoppage time, a crucial goal. Calm. And there is the half-time whistle. Oh, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Sono finiti I primi 45 minuti e siamo in vantaggio. Speriamo continui così.
This is the start of the second half.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Makalele. Nedved going face-to-face with his great rival. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Makalele. Pelé conjures time and space where few can. Pelé will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Threads one in. Davids is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He's shifting through the gears here. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Milan can't breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Davids. Rijkaard. And it's Hullet. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Hullet. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Back into the middle.
Milan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Davids. And it's Neymar. He's tried one! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Milan may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threat.
Shot, surely! Costa Curta clears it away, and that has left him in a heap. That has ended up in no man's land. Pelé. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Gattuso. Aims beyond the defence. Mbappe! This time, surely!
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 18.
So, time for
Numero
changes
11.
on both sides,
Numero
actually.
19. Numero 13.
Well, that has changed the
Numero
dynamic
15.
somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Numero 21.
Bale
Numero 9.
looking for the run.
Numero 26. Cambio di
Cruyff.
giocatori.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Gently done. Now it's Cruyff, Rummenigge, and it's Fletcher. Fletcher! And that is wildly off target.
Milan really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Now it's Dembele, and this is Cruyff. And a shot!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
There's a sharp little ball here. Cruyff. Just 5 minutes left. Tries to pass it through. Cruyff. And now the breakaway. Makaleli. That's a good ball out wide. Bergomi, the man that is tenacity personified. Some really good ball movement. Davids. Rummenigge.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
1 minute to add according to the board. And it's Gattuso. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he was alert to it. Oh, it's gone in!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be...
And that will be it. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, it was engaging, if not an edge-of-your-seat encounter, and importantly, it offered the right result.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.